has a pretty good idea of what people are thinking. But he also has a good idea of what Congress is thinking, and a large part of his job is to try to bring those two things together. So I suspect, and this is only a suspect here, I suspect that he's probably more with the program than he is willing to say or can afford politically to say at this time. And I don't know.
Right, definitely. I think pretty much that he can afford to say at this time. It's very early. That Congress is extremely divided right now, and he needs as many Congress critters on his side as possible. Yeah. Basically.
And frankly, between the economic situation, and that looks like it's easing a little bit, the war in Iraq, the new problems with North Korea, and the situation in Iran, and health care reform. You know, I've seen a guy that could juggle 7 running chainsaws at a time, but if you throw an 8th one into the mess, you've got blood on the floor.
Right, exactly. So that's what a lot of people are saying, that, you know, he's kind of taking his time. Yeah. It's not that he's particularly said that he's, you know, has no open ear to it. Yeah. It's just that he's not taking the ball and running. Yeah. Even with gay issues, you know, he promised so much, and he's kind of edging his way into it right now. Yeah. And a lot of the LGBT members of different nonprofit organizations, et cetera, are kind of actually getting fairly angry with him, just as people in the drug policy reform movement were, I guess, a couple of months ago, when I can't remember what the stimulus was for why people were kind of getting angry at him, but I guess he said something about, I'm not going to legalize now.
Oh, that was the joke of, we know what those people have been smoking, or something like that.
Something about an internet forum.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has to take his time, and you know, it could be a second-term thing.
Another phone call.
Looks like we've got a call. Hi, welcome to Drugs, Crime, and Politics.
Yeah, I was calling to see what you guys think about the South Carolina governor.
What about him?
He basically...
everything. I mean, talking about he went hiking, and then 4 days later we go and we find out that it was Argentina, and I think there's a possibility that maybe it was a cover-up for something else.
Please don't make me try to delve into the heads of politicians.
Right. Yeah, I think it was another kind of sex scandal kind of thing or something.
Well, there haven't been any allegations. And supposedly this guy in the past has, as soon as the legislative sessions have ended, ditched town for a few days to get his head clear again. So far, it's strange, but no one seems to be raising any issues of any improprieties about it.
Right.
And that in itself would be welcome news for there to be a politician without improprieties.
Right. Be surprising.
Yeah. But I think that to some extent, a lot of what we're seeing in drug reform is a whole lot more activity at the local and state level, and it's building pressure from the bottom up. I have been asked to announce that since I need to get out of town for a few weeks, refresh my mind a little, and particularly get away from this hot weather, Dean Becker, who we just talked to, will be hosting our next 2 shows.
Fantastic.
And instead of giving you my typical closing editorial, we're about to lose one of our best colleagues here to what we can all hope is a bright and thrilling future. So before Bindu runs off to law school, I thought we'd give her a chance to say what she wanted to say to all of us before she leaves us.
Well, thank you, Buford, and I certainly will be running from this hot, hot heat. Yes, I'll be attending law school in New York, in one of the top public interest schools, New York Law School, this fall, and it's been an absolute pleasure being able to host this show and being a part of the drug policy reform movement in Texas. This is truly one of the best examples of grassroots, from people learning and, you know, on their feet how to be a good activist, and how to talk to legislators. And, we've tried to convey so many times in the show what people need to do, how to get involved, and now the only thing left is for you to go out there and do it. It doesn't matter what we say on the show unless you actually take action. And we have had so many excellent questions, and I'm sure this show is building an excellent audience base. So if just the number of people who call in, if you could call in to your legislators or send in letters, the handwritten letters, Texas could be, it has so much potential for growth in this area. And it's just these legislators just need to be pushed because they know the right thing to do. And you talk to them in closed doors, in their offices when no one else is listening, and they know. They know all about it. They know that the drug war is a huge hoax. The only thing that's winning the war on drugs is drugs. They're, drug cartels, drugs are winning. No human is benefiting from it in a positive way. So I hope that what I've said here in the, few, years even that I've been on the show, wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does, certainly, when you're getting stomped on by Texas legislators every day. But yeah, that I hope that people pick up this movement and see where it goes, because we are in a whirlwind of action right now, and it's only going up from here. So.
Well, let's remind our viewers and you that you can watch most of our shows on YouTube. Right. You can watch it as a live streaming show at the time it's being broadcast on the Houston Media Source website. We have an email number for you to an email address for you to respond to if you're not watching us live locally. So we expect you to keep watching.
I will.
And keep us on our toes with good comments. And we might even name you our special East Coast correspondent and have you call in and give us a report on occasion.
Definitely. That would be fun. So much of this is happening, drug policy reform is happening on the East Coast.
Yeah. And New York's one of the states that right now is looking at medical marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Okay. Well, we're about to run out of time again. It'll be a while before I come back. I hope maybe I will have some news for you about some added ways to help get in touch with your representatives. But until then, remember, the war on drugs is a war that only you can make come out the right way. Be sure and talk to your elected representatives. Write them those letters on paper with stamps. Tell them what you think they should do. And we will see you at the next show.
Yay!
Our present policy of drug prohibition is hopeless. It is hopeless. It will never get better. Literally.